restart it, which is never fun. So we're going to wait for a few folks to show up. Looks like there are a few on, which is always nice to start with. Like I said, sorry we're a little late. Hi, Anita. And we're going to work on our sun catcher. I do have some more bits and pieces laid out on my desk that we're going to use to go on here. And hope I didn't get any jump rings out. We will need some jump rings. So I will get those. I'm not sure who else here, and I'm not sure. Heather was had to go to the doctor this morning, so I'm not sure if she will be on later or not. She had to have a procedure done, so hopefully she's all right and will be back today, but I cannot guarantee that that will be the case. So hey, Cynthia. So we will just say little prayers, hope for the best, that she will be back on tonight today, that she's not in too much, doesn't have too many problems going on. And hi, Dorothy. So I haven't heard anything from, well, she was supposed to be at the doctor right now. So hopefully she will be in not too bad of shape and will be able to come on later. So we're going to work on our sun catcher. We've got our strands here. So have you heard from Randy? No, I haven't heard anything from Randy. I got a call her later today and see what's going on, because I do need to know for sure that she'll be back, and so we can have everything situated and ready to go when she comes back. So but no, I haven't talked to her yet. So hey, Donna. So anyway, we're going to, oh boy, I got a couple of the chains twisted up. We're going to go down and we're going to, hey, did I see Beth? I thought I saw Beth a second ago, but maybe I didn't. We have Dorothy, Anita, Cynthia. Well, it says we have 13 people on, so there's got to be more than that. So we're going to turn down and we're going to start putting the sea glass strands onto the ring. We did more or less decide on this ring yesterday, and I found some, I just flipped something onto me, it felt like. I did get these bars, the three left remaining, these 3 bars out of the Time Traveler kit, and then I have these 3 as well. We'll use those with the at the top through these holes, because I did discover that would sit really nicely. And if they don't want to stay in there, we can always put a touch of glue on that side. So that is we need to put that together, put our crystals on the bottom, and then we will also have to make a little ring piece for going through the holes here to put a hanger on it. And we could just put a hanger directly on it if we just made a loop to put the hanger on. So we'll have to decide if we need, Hey, Beth, there you are. I thought I saw you earlier, but then I didn't. So there we go. So anyway, Heather should be at the doctor right now. Hopefully, they can get what the problem is taken care of, and she will be on later. But I don't know. We will just have to wait and see how that goes. So let's go to putting our. Let's go down. We'll put our strands onto these little bars, um, and then we'll start putting them onto our base piece here. Now I debated if I wanted to, since there is 2 holes here, and I could make when I put in the metal piece, the wire piece to hang the hanger on, if I wanted to put a loop down here and put another strand through the middle. It wouldn't be one of the sea glass strands, not like these anyway, but I was thinking of doing like a rosary chain with small some sea glass beads, which I do have, but we'll see. Anyway, let's turn down and we'll start stringing these we'll start stringing the hooking the not stringing, there's no stringing going on. We're going to start hooking the toggle bars to our sea glass so we can stick them through our shell piece here. So we're going to turn down now. There's all our goodies down there. And like I say, we're just going to put each of these onto one of these toggle bars, and then we'll stick it up here through our piece here. Now, if this were to hang outside, I think I would want to have some E6000 on each of the bars so that you wouldn't have to worry about them in the wind and rolling around and then coming loose. So we'll see if we decide to just put some on later. But let's get some. We'll just grab one of these jump rings. And just grab a bar. What you? I wonder if this toggle bar is going to need the larger jump rings. It's set back a ways and it doesn't really want to go on easily. Oh, there it goes. Come on. We want you to go through there all the way. Come on, you. There we go. So now we can just turn this sideways and just slide it through the bar and go up. And there is our first one set. So we're just going to go down the line. I'm going to just grab a jump ring. And however these fall, and then I'll reach down, grab a toggle bar, and however these fall is how they're going to get put on to our piece, because I want my toggles to be every other one since I have 3 of each one. So looks like this one gets a bar, so it's going to be next. Okay, I think I'm going to skip this and go over to this side with this one, because this is one of the long ones and I want some of the shorter ones in between there. So oop. And this one is going to go right here. Okay. Okay, the next step is I'm going to have to make some loops for these guys. And they'll be hooked on each of the ends of our chains here, which I could have done this stage first before we put them on, but it doesn't really matter which way we do it. So, hey, Sid. So I want gauge wire. I'm just going to cut a whole bunch of pieces of 20 gauge. We need 6 total. So, and I'm not going to pay attention to the size. I just need to make them some loops. Getting low on my 20 gauge here. I think I have another spool though, so. Those aren't the right ones. I just want my regular. There they are. So I'm just going to make them some loops to hold on, and then we'll hook them to the bottoms here. So, and I could hardwire them in as I make the loops, but I don't think I'm going to because it's a pain in the rear. So, we'll let go. Yeah, that'll be fine. So we're just going to get up the other ones done up now, and we'll get those hooked up as soon as we have them all wound up. Hi, Miranda. So I'm just gonna Now, I could have just left this as the sea glass, but the crystals are what's going to throw the rainbows. So I want the rainbows, so we do the crystals. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a bottom loop on, and we're not doing a really heavy duty loop. We're just creaming it around here so that it's holding the crystal. It's a little bit more than a simple loop because we've got a wrap, about a wrap and a half there. But because we're going to wrap the top, also we don't want a big, huge wrap there. So bend these so they are going the proper direction. This one's not got a lot of wire, so it's a good thing we're not doing a big wrap. Sometimes when I do wraps like this, when I'm wrapping from both the top and the bottom, I'll put a little bead in between the two wraps so they don't look like a big, excessively long wrap. But these I'm not going to do that with because, well, obviously, because I didn't right there, but I don't want that extra in there, to be truthful. Though a little sea glass might have been pretty, but I didn't think of that before we got going with these. So I guess I could have done all the bins all at once, but there you go, all the way over. And again, you want to be careful when you're cutting that you don't clip off your loop or something else. Okay, there's another one ready to be hooked on. You went and got some coffee, huh? You needing to wake up a little bit, Dorothy? My daughter came home from work and said they had her up in the ICU last night instead of the normal surgical ward. She had a patient that screamed all night long. So she came home and said, I have a headache and I'm starving. And I said, well, you better go eat something then and go to bed. And something's going on because I don't know what the emergency is, but I've heard like 4 sirens go through today, already this morning. And my daughter said that she had a couple of them fly past her as she was coming home. So there's 2 more. Work was busy last night, Dorothy? Oh, for some reason, I didn't realize you worked on Monday nights. I was thinking it was probably Sundays and Thursdays or something, since want to, you don't do lives usually on Monday and Friday. Though you did do a live yesterday, didn't you? Oops, that one's not tucked very well. There we go. Now I'm grabbing this just at the very tip of my pliers because I don't want the loop to be far away. And so I don't usually wrap on these pliers because it's sometimes hard to get in because the pliers right there. But this is one of those instances where sometimes it's better to. Come here, you. I can't see what it's doing here. Switch hands. Okay. Just a teeny touch there. If you wrap the right way, sometimes I don't realize I'm wrapping the wrong way, but if you do wrap the right way, as you can see, I've got both ends meeting right here. If you don't wrap the right way, they'll go beside each other as opposed to meeting, but sometimes you just it's just like, oops, luck of the draw. I went the wrong way, but oh well. I think I probably am going to put a little E6000 on my top there to make sure the toggles don't try and come out of their slots, but I'm not going to worry about it quite yet. Now this is the one where I was saying that if you wrap in the same direction, unfortunately, they'll go side by side. See how there's well, you probably can't see them. But right here, we have the one ending, and then the other ending is right above it there. So they are a side-by-side one as opposed to a meeting one. So here we go. Let's get, since these are now all wrapped up, let's get these hooked up to the bottom of our strands here. I think all of our jump rings are under, yeah, there they are. I was going to say they're underneath the main one here. Grab a crystal. And then the end of a strand. Come here, you guys. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump. I need to see the ends here. Here's the end. It's hard to believe that tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Has anybody got plans for New Year's Eve? I don't. I tend to stay home because there's too many crazies on the road. Okay, there are 3 right there. That looks cool. You guys can't see it yet, but because it's, of course, a different direction. It's a pity I don't have 2 cameras so I could just flip back and forth like some of the ladies do, but I don't. So there's what that is. But now it's not, is it, Cynthia? Not anymore. When we were younger, it was one of those things, but I don't really care anymore. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to put something down the middle, or do I just want to do the hook up at the top? I think you guys need to see it for to see the option, but I think I might just make the loop at the bottom So I can put it on if I want to. So we're going to get some more 20 gauge wire. This time I'm going to get a little bigger piece, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out of 20 gauge here pretty soon. I'm going to take and I'm going to make a tiny loop down here. Just take one of my Parabell making pliers to help me make it. And just going to go in the middle to do that. And then I'm going to bring these around and make a loop here and just twist them together a little bit so that I have that little loop right there. So there's a loop. Now I'm going to take these two pieces of wire and they're going to go up through these holes in the middle. Oops, sounds like the snowplow's coming by. Always make a mess. So we're going to pull these up and into here as much as possible. Hopefully not crack our shell. May have to make a tiny bend. Where's my right here to flatten this out. In fact, I think I'm going to pull it back out. I'm going to make a tiny bend downwards here on both sides. Then I'm going to get up here a ways, sort of guesstimate how far up it's going to be and make a bend upwards so that it'll go snugging up to the shell better, because it's not. There we go. Now let's see if that will snug better than it did before. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So that's good. Now I'm gonna do a, come here you, bend this way and bend this way. And I maybe shouldn't have put the pieces on, though they're not glued, so I can just pull them off if they get in my way. So now I'm going to do the twist again here. We're going to bend this one up since it's the longer of the two. And then this one is going to wrap around another time or two. Getting out of middle though, and that's not good. We don't want to do that. Come here, you. Don't behave like that. And we're just going to make a loop like we cord or the only reason I don't like to use cord or hemp or something like that is if this goes outside, those things will deteriorate in the weather, and then the thing will fall apart, which is not something I want to have. Though I'm not sure it would go out. I would put it out in the weather anyway, because with all the metal on it, it could rust. But it's something to think about. If you are going to put something like this outside, it does need to be something that's weatherproof and cord is not. I've got lots of wind chimes that are broken outside because the cord just rotted away. So I have to repair them. So we want this more centralized, so let's get her over there. And now we're going to make a loop at the top so we can put a hook on it. And I'm going to make a pretty big size, good size loop this time. So we'll probably use these up and over and around. Oh yeah, see, we're in a place where we're giving ourselves difficulties here because we are in the way here. And one came out. So definitely a little bit of glue would be better because I did knock one of them out. Okay, which one fell out and where are you? My twisting them around has them all twisted up down here. So there is our hanger spot. There it is. I may switch some of these positions though, because there's more weight on this side over here, this side, because of this long one. And then it's got, so I need actually the short one beside it, and it's over here. So I'm probably going to switch some positions just to make sure that we get a more balance of the pieces here. We do need to make a hook for the top here, and I usually make those out of a heavier wire. Beside me here. Where did I put it? We had snow a few days ago and then it froze. And so we have some really icy roads these days. So let's see here. We want simple hook. And I'm not sure, this is probably longer than I need it. Hold, wrap. Yeah, maybe not. Might be pretty good. I'm just going to open this side up and slide it over our piece here and close it up. Now, like I said, I am going to need to, and you'll see what I mean when we turn it up, we're going to need to rearrange our bars so that they have more weight, so they're not tipped up the way they are right now. So we're going to have to get more weight on this side over here than is on it right now. I'm actually going to turn my hook so that it's going the opposite direction, facing, instead of facing this way, facing that way. And I'm doing that because of the weight distribution thing. Nope, you got it still go in that direction, Rose. There we go. Now, even though this is a simple loop, it's not going to come loose very easily because it's on pretty heavy wire. And it looks like we still have the same weight distribution problem, even moving it that way. So we're going to have to, like I said, we're going to have to rearrange our beaded strands because our shortest one is over here. On the side where it's too light. So we need to move. Actually, I wonder if just moving the heavier one and the lighter one to different positions would fix the problem. So let's try that. And as soon as I get this set good, I'm going to probably put some E6000 on these bars so they can't come in and out, because as you saw when we were twisting the one did come out. So, whoa, if anything, that's worse. Weird. Oh no, I just needed to wiggle it a bit. No, I didn't. It didn't want to do that. Come over here. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to figure out this weight distribution problem because it definitely has one. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to turn up and show you guys what I mean. So anyway, as I lift it up, see the top here? Now I can fix it to a degree by sliding these bars into different positions. And that may just be all it needs, is just to have the bars pushed over to the very edges and then glued down so they don't wiggle around. But they definitely need to See, now there it's fine. Oops, but the bar, one of the bars moved sideways and it went crooked again. So it looks really cool, as you can see, but it does want to slide around up here. So I am going to have to glue those into position. And then the other thing we need to decide, we want to decide is, do we want to put like a rosary chain in the middle here with a, with seed beads, not seed beads, but sea glass going down the middle, and then another crystal down in the down further down. But thank you. So it is really cool looking. I like it, but I do find that they do want to go and redistribute their weight, and I don't like that fact. So we're going to need to sort of fix that. Though the two long ones seem to both be on this side now. And these three are all about the same. So I think I am going to move one of the longer ones again. Oops. This long one's twisted up. There we go. So it is longer, the longest one. But I like it. It turned out pretty much the way I want, though, like I said, the top just does not want to behave. And I'm going to have to glue the bars down to make sure that we get the weight distribution all the way around proper. But hey, Dominique. So, like I say, I am going to have to glue the bars down so that they stay where I want the weight to be at, instead of doing a, well, you know what? I feel like going over here and then having it go weirded out on us. So it needs to come this way. You need to come over here, go over there. You know, it's funny that this one's up at the top now, dropping to the top because the two heavier ones are on this side, but that's the way it's going. So yeah, I can make it wiggle all over the place just by playing with it. Hey, Dorothy. Actually, you're Dot, right? That you go by Dot, right, Dorothy Stacker? So I am going to glue our little tops into place so that they don't wiggle around so much and make it go lopsided like this. Not that it really is a big deal, but it is it does irritate me. But I did put that loop in the middle so that we could put a rosary chain of sea glass down the middle if we want. Okay, I have plenty of time. Good. So this is a little crooked here. So I'm thinking I'm going to get some of my sea glass out and make some rosary chain, and then we can decide whether we want to add it to it. Let's move some of my other sun catchers along the side of this bar here so I can hang this up. No, I don't want you guys bumping into each other. So I'm going to get out some silver pins and some various colors of sea glass, and we're going to make a bit of a rosary chain. And if we end up not using it for in this, then we'll make a bracelet or a necklace or something like that out of it. Which ones of these are shorter? Because I don't need long ones. Yeah, they're about the same size. A whole bunch of them out. There are some teeny ones in here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And I have sea glass in a variety of colors, and I have a couple of 2 or 3 different sizes. So we're going to just get in here and pull some beads out to start with. There's green. There's some purple. Pink, salmon pink in a smaller size. Oh, well, there's some more big blue ones I could have put in some of my pieces, but too late to worry about it now. Uh-oh, I just knocked one on the floor. Have some. What are you doing? You be good, Lily. See, I had some more blue ones that I forgot about. Well, I think we have enough to definitely start. So we're just going to get our looper out. Where are you, looper? I used you the other day. You should be right over here. Well, for cripe's sake, that's the leather punch. There you are. Hello, Carolyn. So we're just gonna loop up a whole bunch of this sea glass here and decide if we want to make an interior for this or not. And if we decide not, we can use these for anything else we want to use it for after we get it made. We can make a bracelet, or we could make some earrings, or whatever. We do also have those two discs that didn't fit into things the other day that we could add these to. Oops, that's not the loop. Go in the hole. There we go. I think this blue right here is one of my favorite colors on these. Of the sea glass. This light blue. It's really pretty. And then this purple, because it's a really pretty one too. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, ladies. Wasn't thinking there. I turned you up and then I didn't turn you back. So I put this pile of little sea glass beads in 2 or 3 different sizes here. I guess it's just 2 because I do have a third size. These I have in a really in 10s, but I think I have some darker green ones somewhere too, but I'm not sure where. I didn't see them in the box when I was getting to it, so just figured I'd just loop up a whole bunch of these and then we could drop them into some rosary chain and like I say, if we didn't want to use it for the middle of the one the Suncatcher we just finished, they can go into earrings or bracelet or whatever we want to use them for. I don't think I noticed before these ones are faceted. Just remembered there's a couple of red ones left from when we made the necklace the other day. Might as well put those in too. Actually, there's a few more, but do I want the other ones? Yeah, let's just... Looks like there's 3. Let's make a... Come here. Out. There we go. I also have some really tiny ones, some 4s as opposed to just the 6s and 8s. See, there's the 10. I don't think I want to put in 4s in though, because they're very tiny. Actually, these are not 4s. They're discs. This is a 4. And what you probably couldn't see was these ones I said I could have put in the... I found and could have put in the chain. It really is pretty hanging up there, but it does need to be evened out because it is lopsided still. The darker one, yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? I have never seen I was sort of surprised that it was faceted. I didn't realize it was till I started looping it here. Let's see, we got 3 light blues, 3 of the facets, 2 greens. Yeah, we got a lot of other ones to put in. Let's do this big one up though. If we make a bracelet, this one could be a middle piece. Uh-oh, that didn't cut. I just felt that it didn't cut. Well, it's a good thing I have my cutters right here, but I'm not going to use these because that's steel. These are steel pins, and I don't want to use those cutters on steel. I'll use my heavy-duty ones here. There we go. Yeah, I got these. I think I got all of these, well, except for the red ones here from Beluga Beads. They have really decent prices on their sea glass. I was just looking at these thinking, I could have put some little ball spacers on either side of the glass to add a little something else, but I didn't, so I'm not going to worry about it. Certainly not going to take them all apart to do it now. see, we have 3 of these, 2 of these big ones, 1 pink, 1 small, 4 of the little blues, 2 of the whitish colored ones. Well, I will say that a lot of times your loop you make with these just does not close all the way, and that's fine because I just then get in with my round nose and finish it up. But it is handy. I like the fact that it cuts it. It not only bends it, but then it cuts it off, and I don't have to worry about, oh, how much how much wire do I need to leave myself to finish my loop. See, this one finished. Some of them do, some of them need just a little bit of bend in them to bring them up. This is the smallest one, and most loops on eye pins are a little bit bigger. See how they're smaller than that is? So I probably wouldn't mind having a medium one, but this is the smallest one. I used to not use this thing at all. I actually didn't like it because it didn't close, and then I'd be like, "Urgh." But I do like the fact that it closes things. I mean, it cuts the wire at the length it should be at because I've never like. So one thing about simple loops that I've always hated is that how much wire do I need to leave myself so that I can get the loop all the way around. though sometimes they seem to be further away than I like them. So if that happens, then I just do what I just did there. And that is I go in and I pull it apart just a little bit and get my round nose in a little higher up and then bring them down. So there's a whole bunch of little bits and pieces. Now I could just put these together with jump rings, or I can open the ends and just do them the ordinary way. I don't think I'd use the biggest one, to be truthful with you. So if we put these together with jump rings, I'm just going to use Tinky Tots. Need to get some more stainless ones. I just got some more silvers. So or like I say, you could just open them up and put them side by side. And actually that may be what I do, because then you don't have that much of a gap in between them. Oop. Where'd my teeth go? There you are. I do know this guy's going to be in the middle because he's the biggest. I don't want my flush cutter sitting beside me here, or I might grab them accidentally. So we'll leave the looper out close by because we may want to loop some more of these. So I'm just going to open this one up. Gotta find where it opens here. There we go. And grab whatever and put on. You didn't open enough, baby. Go to the other side, open it. Put a pink one on this side. Like I say, you could use jump rings if you wanted. They'd work, obviously. But then you have more of a metallic gap in between your beads. So and when you're doing this, if you feel that your bend isn't big enough in your one that's bent, you can always add that bend, a little bit more bend to it as you're working here. So I will admit that rosary chain can be a pain in the butt to make, but it's cool looking when it's done. So far. And I think I'm just going to pop these into a pile and just grab one from now on just to go on. And I'm not going to pay attention to what color it is unless it's the same color, because I don't want the same color side by side. So let's grab this one up. Didn't open enough. pretty. All different colors. Though I may want to switch back to the other side here pretty soon because I don't want to use them all going this way if this is going to be the middle. Though I guess it doesn't really have to be the middle, but I don't think I have any other big ones this size other than these dark blue ones. So if I'm going to not make this be the middle, I might want to get a couple more of the big ones out so that I can put them, intersperse them. We're going to quit here pretty soon because Dorothy's going to come on pretty soon and we don't want to interfere with hers. And I'm going to see if I can get those evened out and I'm going to glue them up so they'll stay more in place. Where I want them at with the evened out some. So then we may play more with this. I may just hook this all together off camera and then we can decide what we want to do with it. If we want to put it in the middle here, I don't know that I want to. I think we may just use this for whatever we decide to make later on in the game here. So we'll put this purple over here. We can give it a little look-see before we go and see if it would look good in the middle, but I'm not thinking I really want to do that. Let's see, how many have we got either side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, come on, you. Get back up here where you belong. It is pretty. Oh, yeah, it would. Oops. See, it's telling us it's 9:30. Dorothy's supposed to be coming on. So let's turn up quick and we'll let us see my face for a bit. This would be pretty with the birds. Yeah, I still have red, some green, some blue. But if we were to hook this on, come on you, on this, once I get it straightened so it would stop falling all over the place, we could hook it into the middle here and bring it all the way down and put a bigger crystal on the bottom if we wanted to do that. But I don't think it needs it. In fact, I think it would make it look too crowded. So I'm going to see what I can do about getting these placed better as far as so they don't go lopsided all over the place here. And then once I get them where I want them, I'm going to glue them down. So that's how we're going to go with this baby. Oh, right now I got it pretty straight. Stay that way. There you go. Stay. Nope, it just flopped. So I'm gonna going to glue the little bars on so that they can't come out of the rings, and that then hopefully I can get the weight distributed better so it doesn't just flop over on its side like that, because I really don't like that. But anyway, it's going to go up there. We're not going to put this in the middle, which was what I was thinking of doing, because it would just be too much of a pain in the, it just, I think it's too much. I think it's real pretty as it sits. I think this would add too much to it. So I'm just going to keep putting these together while we go over and see Dorothy, because she should be on now on DGI Designs. So let's go over there. She just popped up. She says she's live. So let's go over to Dorothy, DGI Designs, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. New Year's Eve. Hard to believe that the year is already over. Anyway, this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.